Going back even further in time to when I was 11, it was a very significant event when I was 11. It was the Football World Cup in 1966. And for the only time that they've ever appeared in the World Cup final, England were there. And so it seemed like an event that would happen, every 4 years. England might be in the final every 4 years. It never happened again. Anyway, what is little known is that I had an influence on the England victory that day, and I want to describe how it was. I won the World Cup for England in 1966. I won it by myself, unacknowledged. I got no cup, but I didn't mind. When the score was 2-2, I opened a hotline to God. I started to pray continuously for an England victory. I started to pray with such a fierce intensity, with the powerful innocence of an 11-year-old, that I started to manifest my own reality. Though at the time I didn't realise I was doing that. England went ahead 3-2 by my efforts. The goal was a borderline decision, so I started to pray for a more definite result. If there was a German kid praying for victory, he clearly wasn't praying as hard as I was. I was praying to win. On the day, it was the team with the best prayers that got the result. It was a game of two halves, but I was whole. There was no midfield, just high ground. I had the conviction, I had the devotion. By the final whistle, I just managed to squeeze in the extra goal. They thought it was all over, but not for me. My game wasn't over even after extra time. I had half an hour of solid thanks to text heavenward. Only then could I ring off from the celestial line. God, I was knackered. England faced Germany again in 1970. But by then I was 15 and I couldn't recreate the energy and innocence of my 11-year-old self. And I was probably up against an 11-year-old German kid who was praying up a storm. And that's why England lost. Not many people know that, and I'm happy to keep it a secret. Thank you. I lived in New York for a little while, and when I was in New York, I went round the poetry clubs and got a feel of some of the work that was going on in New York. And it was very interesting because the very best place I went to was the Black and Hispanic club called the Nuyorican in the Lower East Side. It was completely welcoming, and I was probably the only white guy in there, and I just felt completely accepted and welcomed. It was great. But I realized that one of the styles of poetry in New York was about rhythm and getting some rhythm going. And this particular poem is about the act of finding things to write poetry about. Because I don't know if you've ever tried it, but you can't sit down between 11 and 12 and say, I will write a poem between 11 and 12. It just never happens, because you need something else, some other influence to drop in. And when that influence drops in is an unknown factor. It could be any time. And for me, it's most likely to be done doing something else. And good things to do are like bicycling, cycling out. That's a good thing for ideas. The hot tub is fantastic for ideas. Just lie there, something will happen. But this particular poem, with the New York influence, is about when you've nearly got the idea, something very clear comes in, then it leaves again, and you're not sure what it was, which is terribly frustrating. So I had to write a poem to release that frustration. And it's called I Wrote It But I Didn't. Wrote a song with just 2 chords, had the finest set of words, wrote it on a serviette, and where I put it I forget. I wrote it, but I didn't, and I claimed it, but I couldn't, defined it, but I hadn't. It was clear, and then it wasn't. Saw a bridge, I would have crossed it, had a map, and then I lost it. Composed a story about a saint who never prayed, he just liked to paint. His holy path was through his art. Story ends without a start because I wrote it but I didn't, and I claimed it but I couldn't, defined it but I hadn't. It was clear and then it wasn't. Saw a bridge, I would have crossed it, had a map, and then I lost it. Caught a poem from the sky, so surprised me, can't say why. Had no paper, had no pen, had it once but not again. I wrote it but I didn't, and I claimed it but I couldn't, defined it but I hadn't. It was clear and then it wasn't. Saw a bridge, I would have crossed it, had a map, and then I lost it. Shined a spotlight on my life, realized my source of strife, had a thought of how to fix it. Another came along to nix it, because I wrote it but I didn't, I claimed it but I couldn't, defined it but I hadn't. It was clear and then it wasn't. Saw a bridge, I would have crossed it, had a map, and then I lost it. Thank you very much. Over to Ella.
Thank you, Dave. That was awesome already. I leave it to Dave to talk, and I just sing. Okay. Bill and I got married, following our firstborn. Daddy left his scarce and convenience store just before he died, and I was only 19 when I had my third baby. Sometimes I think maybe I should left here long ago. Travelers are stopping by, check their oil in the PSI, gas up and the way they fly, moving down the line. But this beat-up truck and worn-out shoes always giving me the blues. Billy's sucking down the booze nearly every night. Never seen the city lights, how they must shine so bright. Not unlike this country night, the skies black as coal, and this gas station mountain home, not a thing to call my own. How I wish I was alone with a penny to my name. Strangers say this mountain here is beautiful beyond compare, but it's just a dumb bald mountain there. I see it every day. If I could see the sunsets like high over fields of grain, ocean tides, the city skyline in the night, I'll be dancing till the dawn. I've never seen the city lights, how they must shine so bright. Not unlike this country night, the skies black as coal, and this gas station mountain home, not a thing to call my own. How I wish I was alone with a penny to my name. Bill and I got married, following our firstborn. Daddy left his scarce and convenience store just before he died. Maybe Bill and I someday will find a chance to get away. Until then, it is here I'll stay, wishing on the star. I've never seen the city lights, how they must shine so bright. Not unlike this country night, the skies black as coal, and this gas station mountain home, not a thing to call my own. How I wish I was alone with a penny to my name. How I wish I was alone with a penny to my
much.